All right, good evening, traders. It is 4 o'clock on September 28, 2023. My name is John Carrigan. I moderate the BYOB trading room. So let's take a look at our SPY chart. All right, so here we had yesterday. Let me blow this up just a little bit more so we can get a nice, good picture of what happened. So we had a drop down, bottoming tail candle. And we got a little follow through today. We did not close over the previous day's open. See, we didn't close over that. Not yesterday's, but the day before that. Would have liked to closed over the neckline. We failed to do that. It doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen. Jerry speaks at 4, so anything could happen after Jerry speaks. So here's price action coming down through the neckline and then trying to make it back up through and spiking it right there. On the daily chart, got a higher low and a higher high. Good sign there. We have a reversal going on. If we put this on the 2-day, it should look like almost a reversal. See that? If we put it on the 2-day chart, see how price comes down and reverses all the way back up. So there is the chart. Still in a downtrend with lower highs and lower lows. Still underneath the 8 EMA. Still underneath the neckline. Notice the price action, the 3 EMA and the 8 EMA underneath our 17-day trend indicator right there. 17 EMA daily trend indicator on SPY. All right, so let's look at QQQ, and let me just say this. I expect it to look the same way. So here we have QQQ, and what we have here is some continuation from yesterday's tail. Price action closing much better than the SPY did, and you notice we've got a higher low and a higher high. So price action coming right up to the shelf up here of a couple days ago. I don't know what day that was. That was the 25th. 25th is Monday, so that's right up over Monday's candle. Price made it up to there, so that's good news for the bulls, but still in a downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows, lower lows, lower highs. So still in that downtrend at this time. Here is the uptrend line. Bears broke it. This is a downtrend line right here, the backside, and we will put one in for the top side right there. So there is a 3-touch on the top side right there for the channel for that. And we'll move that up there. So here's the neckline for the head and shoulders pattern on the QQQ. Q's not quite as weak as some of the other markets. You can see QQQ still has not broken the downtrend, the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern. So there we go with QQQ. And again, daily downtrend, all 3 underneath trend indicator. So there's QQQ. Let's take a look at FNGU. So here's FNGU in a daily downtrend. There's a neckline break of the head and shoulders pattern, right shoulder, left shoulder, neckline, left neck, right neck, neckline right there, break, and a rollover at the neckline right there. So we got lower highs and lower lows, and lower highs and lower lows. Price action for today, higher low and higher high. Yet all 3, price, the 3 and the 8 EMA, all underneath our 17 EMA trend indicator. So still in a daily downtrend. They did a lot of damage yesterday, but we're recovering pretty nicely so far. So far, I like the bounce. Let's take a look at IWM. This is the Russell 2000. So Russell, if you notice, turned around the day before. All right, this is Thursday. That's Wednesday. This is Tuesday. So Russell turned around on Wednesday right there. As you can see, price coming down and reversing back to the upside. For today's candle, higher low, higher high. Notice still the 3 EMA, the 8 EMA, and price well underneath our trend indicator. This is in a downtrend with lower highs and lower lows. We have a neckline break. Sure, I got it right there. There's the neckline break. Now we do have a 3-touch. 1, 2. Here's the 3-touch on the uptrend line. It's possible they make a visit right back up to the neckline. We'll see what happens with IWM, but I don't think that's out of the question. And you've got some resistance up there for it to go after. So there we are with IWM. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Here's Diamond Dow with a neckline break of the right shoulder, neck, left shoulder, head, and for same thing as pretty much the SPY. Higher low, higher high, big tail candle yesterday. Like the bulls recovering this. Like to see it close over yesterday's open. That would have been nice, but still a nice candle all in all. Again, we've got lower highs and lower lows. We've got price action, the 3 EMA and the 8 EMA all underneath our trend indicator, and everything, including the trend indicators underneath the neckline. So not really a good sign there. So that's Diamond Dow. Now let's take a look at USO. So here's USO trying to have a bull flag breakout and looking like a possible fail. Making a visit back to the top of the flag. We'll see if they climb back into that bull flag later tomorrow or later next week, but possible failure to break out there. So really want to see this kind of cool off and just trade to the right for about a couple weeks, but this is in higher low, higher high, everything looking good for USO, very bullish. Plus they got a nice little step put in over here. That should provide some support if price decides to pull back to minor support right there. So there's USO, that'd be crude oil. Now let's take a look at UNG. UNG popped up a little bit today, got a lower high, higher low and a higher high. Nothing really exciting. Turned the trend indicator green, but still just consolidating between the $6 and the $8 range right there. Like to see things turn around, start putting in a few more green trend indicator balls, but for right now, just big consolidation right here in UNG. SLV kind of doing the same thing. There's the move up. SLV challenging the uptrend line. We got a reversal candle here, and you can see price action just being contained between just over 20.50 if we look at it. Here's the channel. Just fish the outsides of the channels. That's all I can say right now. Just consolidating, just winding up to consolidate. Same with UNG. GLD, which put in a spike yesterday of 175 and a little bit of follow through today, coming down to test the midpoint here. But here's the wedge pattern that the bears are breaking through the 175 support. So we got a move to the upside, failure to make any more new highs. So now we're consolidating over to the right around the 175 area and just over the midpoint. See right there, midpoint. So we'll see what the GLD can hold the midpoint and make it back up to this trend line. Bulls need to break the downtrend line. Bears need to break the support, and they're breaking it right now. Let's take a look at SMH. SMH putting in a nice candle today. Higher low, higher high, still everything underneath our trend indicator. We got lower highs on the daily chart and lower lows, still in a daily downtrend. SMH. IYT Transports putting in a nice reversal candle today. Higher low, higher high. Still everything is underneath our trend indicator, price, the 3 and the 8. All underneath our 17 EMA trend indicator. Got a lower high and a lower low. This thing is still in a daily downtrend. Possible support may have been reached right there. Right on the minor support. This would be consolidation. And it's good news for the IYT. XLF. XLF coming down to the midpoint and trying to make it back up over it. XLF, lower highs, lower lows. The 3, the price action, and the 8, all underneath trend indicator. This is also in a downtrend. Here's the uptrend. Bears need to break it. They did. Here's the downtrend. Bulls needed to break it. They did, but they lost it right there. So back down to the midpoint, and you can see price action coming back to the midpoint today. Oh, I'm losing my voice. Sirius XLF. Now let's take a look at, what do I want to look at? I want to look at this. US dollar. It's the US dollar index. You can see price action making a high right about 106.80, and we have a bullish reversal here. So there's a a bear 180. My fault. Bear 180 right here on this bullish chart, putting in higher lows and higher highs. So bear 180. This is a good sign for the markets. Maybe we could see some follow through as price comes back down to support around 105.30. So see if we get any follow through from this reversal candle here in the US dollar index. Very strong chart right there. Economic calendar, we got, if we scroll down, we got Jerome speaking at 4 p.m. today. So we'll see what he's got to say. And tomorrow we got PMI, another Fed speaker. We got personal incomes and outlays and international trade goods all at 8:30. So Chicago PMI at 9:45. So we'll see what happens in the economic calendar tomorrow. It'd be interesting to see what happens after Jerry speaks. Would like to take a look at the market to see if it's selling off or moving up. Personally, I think SPY has a good chance of, let me just look at the market before I make my prognostications, because I know Jerry's speaking right now. All right, so I think SPY has a good chance of actually coming back down to test this low, because we have an uptrend, which is right here, and this uptrend starts back in October, and we hit a neckline, and I think it would be normal for price action to waffle back and forth in this wedge until such time as it breaks out. Just remember that this uptrend line is longer and more powerful than that neckline. Why? Because it has more time vested in building this wall. All right, this is a diagonal support line. So this has more time under it. So don't be surprised if we get a break of the neckline sometime next week. We'll see what happens. So there's SPY. There's my prognostications for tomorrow. Doesn't look like the markets are moving around all that much. Still in the same spot they left off for 28.50, and Jerry's about 15 minutes into his speech. So we'll see what happens there. So now I'm going to do a little bit of e-learning with the members, and I will record it so everybody can participate. And let's find some charts. Let me get the chat up here. Sometimes when it goes off the screen, it takes a while to reload. It's coming, people. Anyways, let's take a look at, there we are. All right, so nothing new. All right, so we have a trade in the BYOB room, and we call it the 10-minute BYOB trade. And what it is, when you get a 10-minute chart and you have a cross of the 3, and the 3 crosses on top and over the 8 EMA, so that's the 3 EMA on a 10-minute chart crossing over the 8 EMA, and it all happens over VWAP, and we see a green candle, all right, then we like to buy that and take a position to the long side. And what we're doing now is we're looking at charts that might be setting up for tomorrow. So here's CRNX, And you can see here CRNX will go to the 10-minute chart. And you can see if CRNX starts blasting candles over 29.30, see this base they built here? If they start building candles, is that an all-time high? No. All right. If they come up over the top of this base, you don't have to wait for the clean candle over VWAP, all right? You can just buy it. You can buy the first candle as it breaks out over the base. All right? So do you guys understand that? You don't have to wait because price has already proven itself and VWAP left off right here. Because tomorrow morning when this VWAP opens up, it'll chase price down because it'll only have one share. As soon as the first share trades, that's where VWAP will start. So you don't have to chase price down. It's already up and over VWAP. All right? If it trades up over this base, you're free to buy it. Okay? What's the trend indicator and is it in the TC2000? Hey, Mike, trend indicator is just the 17 EMA. Does that make sense? Thanks, Robert. Okay, Mike, this trend indicator are these red dots, green dots, right? You understand that, right? Help me out. Yeah, okay. It's just a 17 EMA. And we tied it in with a volatility stop. Okay, so we tied our 17 EMA right into the volatility stop and we renamed it our trend indicator. That's all it is. And it changes no matter what chart with each chart. So let's say I go to the 30-minute chart, it'll be in a different spot because it's the 17 from the 30-minute chart. But we trade off a 10, so I want to let you know that if you see this pop up over the base, you can buy it. Same with Rivian, all right? You've already got, if this thing decides to pull one of these numbers right here, early in the morning, you know, where it just shoots off like that, you don't have to wait for the clean candle over VWAP. You're already up over VWAP. You can buy the very first candle, all right, as long as it's green, all right? And you can capture this move that we all been missing out on right there. See that move like that? And then it goes into consolidation, all right? So you don't have to wait. If it comes up over the top of these tails right here, you're good to go. So if you got price comes up right over this box, right over these tails, you're good to go. You can buy it. You don't have to wait for the clean candle because it's already up over VWAP. Because every new day starts a new VWAP, and it all starts from the very first candle that opens up. So what they like to do is come up here and make that the first share that trades. And then they have a thing come down here, and then consequently, all the candles going up to 24 wind up being attached to VWAP, and you have no way that you can buy until you get out to here, 24, and then you're buying near the highs. This is where I'm teaching you. You don't have to buy up there. VWAP is right here. Let me get my charts, my drawing tools. All right, VWAP is right here. Okay, so you don't have to wait. It's already got the clean candle. If it's a green candle opening up and you want to buy it, you can buy it. Okay, that's what I'm saying when you got charts like that. Same with, let's go for another one. IMBT. Again, here is the trend. It's not up over VWAP, but you'd like to find something. Maybe we can find something that already up over VWAP. Now, remember, if it's right here tomorrow and it gaps up over these tails at 147, you don't have to wait for the clean candle. You can just buy it because the VWAP's down here. All right? ATVI. That's in a downtrend. I don't know if I'd look for that tomorrow. Sentinel 1. Now here's another one. See how it's already started its way up. All right, don't be surprised if you see this one start to rocket up to 1675. If it's a green candle, you have permission to buy it in the BYOB 10-minute trend setup right there, okay? Because VWAP left off, it's right here, all right? It's right there. So this candle, if it's green, it opens up, you can buy it, all right? You guys understand that? You don't have to wait for the clean candle over VWAP because you're already over VWAP from yesterday, all right? That's it. I'm going to take questions. All right, give me some questions so I can help out mini traders. Yep, that was it. And T got it. Awesome. Hi, John. If you buy, where do you go out below? Okay, if I buy, where do I go out below VWAP? If price goes the wrong way, if it's underneath VWAP, we don't want it anymore, right? If you got a clean candle or a clean candle under VWAP, you don't want it anymore, right? Because it's going in the wrong direction. Sellers are now controlling the price. So below VWAP, you don't want it anymore. Because you don't want to ride that thing down all day after buying it at 1625. Yeah, you don't want to do that. As soon as that candle's underneath VWAP, it doesn't even have to be a clean candle. I mean, it can just be like a big freak out spooky candle underneath VWAP. That's good enough to get out. You can always replay it if it turns around. Yep. Or a previous candle, right? Yeah. If it blows out this area right here, below 1616, for instance, just speaking of this stock, let's say it gaps up and opens up at, I don't know, 1638, and then price comes down here and blows out this consolidation right through here, below 1615, 1614. I wouldn't wait. Just get out. If it turns around, you just jump right back in. Yeah. In the money call, Frank. All right. 7 DTE. All right. I don't know which one you're talking about. I think you're talking about SPY. Is that right? Is that a question? Yes, Rickster, we got it. S, you have an in the money call. 7 DTE. Yeah, you could buy that tomorrow. Is that the question? Because you got higher lows. So you're waiting for price to make the higher highs, right? So I can see this thing clearing the tops of this right here real easy tomorrow. Let me take those off, put in a level in. See, I can see price gapping up right up across the top of those. Yeah, you could do a 7 DTE call right off of that. In the money. Yep. Something with about 70 delta. Something that, that will, as price comes back up, you can, you'll get a greater impact off that call. Yeah. Barry asked, I'd like to use your 3/8 strategy with swing trades. Yes. By all means, Barry, yes. I was telling traders the other day, earlier this morning, let's go back to, I'm going to give you, Barry, I'm going to give you the same thing that we had earlier this morning, and we were talking about Alcoa, all right? So let's take a look. Let's go to the scratch. We're on the scratch. Let's go to the daily, all right? In fact, let's go to the weekly, okay? So this is Alcoa, and I'm going to zoom out so you can see the whole picture. So here's Alcoa, which, by the way, America was built on, concrete, steel, and aluminum right here. So you can see the potential that you may have if you just got halfway up, all right, let's say 62 or something like that, okay, it's at a point of diagonal support right now, and yet the trend indicator's red. Now, I'm not a big advocate of bottom picking, but I am an advocate of the 10-minute trend. All right, and what did we get right out of the gate? Right there. I was talking about this earlier before it even opened up. Matter of fact, I was talking about this before this candle here. And this would have been the perfect opportunity to do what I was explaining. VWAP is already, VWAP is already right here. If you're waiting for the clean candle, it doesn't happen until all the way up here, right? You could have got in right here on the very first candle. Why? Because it cleared VWAP from the previous day. And you can get in on that candle, and you can capture the first, dollar move right there if you get in right here just over VWAP on that first candle. So you can get in as long as that candle's green, you can jump on it right there. So anyways, this is one of those, I call it one of those stocks you want to put in your 401k and just kind of walk away. But you see this on the daily chart. I'm not a big advocate of bottom picking, but I got to tell you, that's a pretty cheap price for Alcoa. And they do aluminum. And America's built on concrete, steel, and aluminum, and copper too. So here it is at a low, and you got that reversal candle right there. So there you go. This would be a great tool for swing trades. All you're looking for is that green candle and a 3/8 cross over VWAP. Okay, Barry? Does that work for you? And if it crosses back under VWAP, then you get out. All right, maybe it's not ready yet. This would be a great swing trade right there, not to mention a great day trade. You still here, Barry? Yep, you got that, right? You understand? Use that 3/8. You can use it on the 10-minute, or, Barry, you could use it on your daily chart or your hourly chart when you're swing trading. Why couldn't you use this on the hourly chart? Right? Or 2-hour chart. Or let's say you're a 2-day trader. Like maybe you like the 2-day chart because you don't like to get flipped out. You want a stronger, more confident time frame. So you wait for the 2-day 3 to cross over the 8. And you buy those. There's a possibility too. I don't have VWAP on the daily. No, you do not. No, you do not. You have to get the VWAP. It comes off of a... Do you have anchored VWAP, Barry? Because if you did anchored VWAP, you could just anchor it to the day before. Not on toss? Are you sure? I know there's some traders in here that use the 2-day VWAP. You haven't seen it? Are you going to be in tomorrow? There's a friend of mine, Sonny. You are? Well, we're going to find Sonny, and Sonny's going to show you where that 2-day VWAP is. There you go. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you. All right? Maybe you send him a photo and show him where it is so he can use that. The first candle, yes, Lenny, okay, but I was just going over the reason why you can get in, and I'll show you. All right? 10-minute chart. All right? You already had, okay, Lenny, watch this. This is going to be a little bit of a light bulb for a minute. You already had price over. See this one, this day, price was never over VWAP. But the following day, you got some candles over VWAP. You got clean candles over. Now they came back under, but that's buyers and sellers making an agreement, and that is the VWAP line. All right. So now this is where it's going to click. So now the VWAP line starts here. And I didn't want the arrow. I want the line. Here we go. The VWAP line starts right here. That's a little too thin. And Goldilocks just right. All right, right there. All right, so there's your VWAP line. Now, if you notice, the first one is over the VWAP line from yesterday. Okay, Lenny, do you see that? The first candle is over the VWAP line from yesterday. Give me a white. Okay, you got it? Okay, you see that? As long as you've had candles up over VWAP sometime the day before, okay, and price opens up and it's green and it's over the VWAP from yesterday, you can buy it, so you can get in on that. All right? So that you don't have to wait for the clean candle, because the cross happens here and they're all attached to VWAP all the way up until. So I have a new rule where I don't even wait. As long as it comes over this base right here, I'm going to draw in the base. See this consolidation of candles right through there? If price breaks out over that base, okay, and over VWAP, and is green, then you're good to go. You can take that to the long side. Okay? You don't have to wait for the clean candle. You can participate in all of this that we often miss out on. Okay? See these big, like there's a dollar move, sometimes $1.50 right there. We can participate in that, but it's got to clear the base, and you got to have some candles up over VWAP the day before. All right? Now, if the candle's got a big wick at the top, well, then I would wait for the next candle. Right? Isn't that what you would do? Because you don't want to buy some topping tail candle, do you? See how this one closed strong? It closed at the end of the 10-minute candle. Right there. Yeah, I would wait for the next candle. If the first one was a wick, I would wait for the next candle. Yeah, you don't want to buy a wick. Right. No one wants to buy. You don't want to buy a wick or a doji candle. You want a green candle that says, like a bull is strong, and it's headed in a particular direction, hopefully up, right? You want a big, strong candle right at the open. If it's a weak candle and more than half of it is wick, I pull out the yellow flag on that one. Like, I don't know, guys. Not so sure about this one, right? Can use weekly, monthly, yearly VWAP too? Yes, you can if you have it anchored, Chris. If you have it anchored. If you will not see this brown line if I go to a daily chart or bigger, okay? But you will see I do have anchored VWAPs. See, notice that brown line disappears, okay? But if you go to my SPY, I've got some charts with anchored VWAPs. Here's one. This is an anchored VWAP right there. I anchored it off that low. All right? If you got TC2000, it's right here. All right, Chris? You see it? Do you have TC2000? Just give me a Y or an N. Yes. Oh, okay. He's saying you can use it. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. This will disappear on that. All right. If there's no more questions, I'm going to close it down and render the recording and put it out there for YouTube land and Rumble land. All right. Tomorrow, noon, I've got a class. I had a good day, Brent. Did you? You had a good day, Robert? Yeah. Cosborn, great session. Thank you. All right. All right, traders. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. All right. And then at noon, yeah. And then at noon, we're going to do a class. All right. I'll probably have to shut down my trading so I can do the class. Problem is, I like trading. Yes, I'm gonna record the class. I'm gonna record it, Robert. I'll probably put the class right in here. If you go to files, I'll move it over to files, and I've got some MP4s in here. So I'll stick it in here and put it on YouTube. All right, traders, until tomorrow. Let's see what the market says about what Jerry said. All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Thanks.